Hey guys, so right now I am cooking some breakfast cause you know your girl hungry, so I ain't eat nothing like all day. I've been trying to sleep, but all I've been doing is like trying to like just freaking close my eyes for 2 seconds. So right now I'm doing some sausage and it's cooking pretty great. You know, you gotta get the moisture in the sausage or else it's not gonna be very, how do you say, flavorful. It's gonna taste like, how do I say this without being stupid? Shitty. And so then I'm gonna do this first. If you guys didn't know, I love to freaking bake. Right now I'm cooking because college life is killing me. I can't, if I have to look at another top ramen, I'm gonna die. I can't do it. So I'm doing some potatoes here. They look freaking brown. Not as my skin, because obviously I'm not a real Mexican, you know. I'm just not tan enough to make it. Kidding. My whole family is white looking, but we're all Mexican. I recently took a 23andMe test, so next video is my test results of my 23andMe. Just kidding. Anyways, I'm drinking some. Not sponsored, obviously not sponsored. This channel's very small at first. I'm growing my 27 subscribers. Look at this. Look at this. This coffee's bomb. It's called Secret Squirrel cold brew coffee. I bought it at Target. And I don't know where the frick this company is from. I saw a container of literally like this small. I would say this freaking small, right? And it had like a really like nice, like fancy, it was like in a tin can. I was like, what the heck is this? And it said aerobic like coffee, 100% whole beans. And then when you look at the amount, it literally says like probably 8 ounces and it was $11. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then me and Kelly were just like making jokes about it. And I was like, are you serious? Like, how in the hell do people buy a coffee that's not even the size of a normal cup or something, and people buy that? Like, I don't know, that's not even getting your money's worth. I think that you should just get, you know, like market. The ones that they sell at the market are usually like really good. For example, I got this one. It's called Red Brick Roasting Coffee. If you guys want to save money, go to the market, specifically Winco if you live in California, and you just go to the section where they have a bunch of beans, and they have organic, they have flavored ones like caramel, they have decaf, everything you could think of, right? So just go there, and then you get like a pound or more for, I would say, $7. And that's honestly more worth the money you're getting than just like, you know, a small tin can of the whole beans. That's gonna probably, let's be realistic, you're gonna probably use like it in a day. And my friend was like, well, the packaging's nice, so at least that. I'm like, yeah, well, because it's in a fancy metal container. Anyways, I'm like ranting about things, and yeah, I entertain myself, I don't know. You know, if you can't be with yourself, then who can you really be with? That's deep. That's some deep stuff. I'm gonna write that down. No, but I'm gonna make some hash browns. I'm making some sausage and an egg. I'm gonna make a sandwich. Sometimes I like to make Rio some eggs too. Because, you know, your dog deserves eggs. They deserve fresh ingredients sometimes, you know? Make them treats, make them some meals, make them something. So you know that they're still getting their wildlife food supply. Sometimes I give him raw chicken. I give him some cooked, you know, I give him some cooked beef and stuff like that. And you know, it's actually good for your dog. It's like my preference though, because I just like to freaking, you know, treat my dog to stuff. And I like to spoil him sometimes, but even though he's a little douche. He's outside right now. It's like a little patio. I'll show you guys later. But I literally live like in a small patio. And it's not that big, so his poop is always there and neighbors are always complaining. The last neighbor we had, she's like, I saw your daughter, like she was telling my mom, she's like, I saw your daughter and she left his poop out in the patio. That is so disgusting. Like, she needs to clean it up like right away. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, I get what you mean, but it's like, dude, I'm freaking lazy. Like, come on, he just pooped. You want me to pick up fresh poop out of my hand? Like, I'm not gonna do that, that's disgusting. Plus, I don't wanna like gross you guys out too much, especially because I'm cooking right now, so this is kind of weird, but yeah. You still see what I'm doing? This is actually smart. So I'm cooking some sausage here with some egg, and then I'm already cooking, I like my eggs kind of like over well done, if that makes even sense. Kind of like them to be a bit cooked, like I like to flip it. I don't know how to explain that in a restaurant, so usually I'm just like, oh, can you just like flip it over? But I don't know how to. Anyways, I'm so hungry right now. I can't sleep without my freaking stomach being annoying, so I'm gonna do this. And if you guys want to be a professional chef, this is how people do it. Ready? Let's see. Judging by the Chef of America, Samantha Cardenas is providing her eggs. She's making sure that the thing is all fan, and the fan is fucking broken, so that's great. Anyways, I'm gonna cook my eggs, and I'm gonna stir them until they look about cooked. How do you know it's cooked? Well, you just gotta make sure that the rounded of the egg is sort of speaking to you in a way that the language of the egg yolk is telling you, I'm done, you know? You just gotta know. Like, you have to study that. You can't teach you that in school. You just gotta be born with that ability. Then you gotta flip up your eggs. You gotta make sure they're even texture, because if it's not texture, then what is the texture of life? You know? And then you gotta finish cooking the pan. You gotta make sure the pan is really hot. Otherwise, it's gonna be cold. And then you're gonna just have to keep cooking until you think about that you just burned it and you gotta throw out and make another one. So now I'm gonna put my hash browns in a plate, and actually, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna get a pan, because that's actually probably the right thing to do. But what do I know? Then I'm gonna season it, and then I'm gonna put it on there, and I'm gonna cook them. Ooh, freaking cameraman, I'm so annoying. And then I'm gonna stack it, and I'm gonna make sure that the hash browns are perfectly crispy. The crispy kind that you just, the ones that makes you want to break a tooth, you know what I mean? You gotta burn it just right till it's black. If it's not black, you didn't cook it right. Anyways, I gotta just finish this, and I'm done for that character. I don't know what I'm doing. I am so weird. I'm like the weirdest person you ever meet. Okay, so I'm gonna put this oil, and I'm gonna put some provolone cheese in there. You know, you got to get the Italian accent. That's not Italian, I don't know what that is. It's like Super Mario. Mario. And I'm gonna put these eggs back. I like the brown ones. I don't know why, but I always saw people. Short story, the reason why I started buying brown eggs is because I saw people buying brown eggs, and I thought, why are they brown and not white? And I just read somewhere that brown looks more appealing, or it's better, but I don't know. And then I went to a trip, and to my, where was it? It was like a farm sanctuary in Acton. If you guys want to see the vlog, oh my god, I'm so cringy right now. It's actually in my videos. It's called our LA trip or something like that. My friends, it was like last year, and right there we went to a farm, and it was like super awesome. But the entire time, and don't get me wrong, I respect vegan people. I respect whoever is vegan. I just personally can't do it. Like, my diet specifically doesn't fit with it, because every time I try to be vegetarian or vegan, like I just felt weaker, because when I went to the doctor, they would say like, oh, you need to eat red meat, you know, and you need to like get your protein, and then, you know, I know that you can get your protein from nuts. I know, guys, I'm smart, I know things. It's just that my health declines really quickly for some reason if I don't eat like eggs, or if I don't eat, like, for example, meat sometimes, and cheese, like that stuff, you know, especially because I'm Mexican, you know. Our diet consists of tamales that have pork, freaking pozole that have other pork or beef or something, depending, chicken, and what else do we have? We have beans, but that's fine, and we have everything. Like, we don't waste the animal. Like, you freaking cut the thing, and then you use the freaking feet, and they fry the skin, and I don't like that. I don't like the feet. I don't like the tongue. I don't like any of that part. But what I do, not mine, is some eggs, some good chicken, and once in a while I'll eat beef. My point was that the whole time they were trying to convince us to be vegan, and then they're like, oh, even if you think the eggs are good, like, for you, they're not. They're actually caged, and since the animal is caged, it's not good for you. So you just, you know, there's a what is it called? What did Kelly say? She's like, oh, there's the other alternative, or there's a vegan alternative. Do you like the other protein alternative? And I'm like, oh my god, like, I'm sorry, but there's people who actually, like, have farms, you know, and they eat meat, and they're not terrible people. Like, I don't want to feel like a terrible person just because I eat meat sometimes. And I know that's controversial, but I don't care. I can state my opinion. Everybody's prone to their own opinion. You guys have your opinion. I have my opinion on the world. The reason I feel so cautious about what I'm saying right now is because I've had people, like, be offended by that, and it just, like, causes me to be very insecure of my own opinions, and especially because, you know, I grew up in a home where if you were to talk back, things don't go well for you. So I'm not trying to make my parents sound horrible. They're not. It's just my dad used to be a different person back then. Let's just say that he wouldn't exactly let me speak my mind, caused me to be very insecure about things and be shy. And even though he thinks that, you know, he's the worst dad for doing that, or when I talk to him about it to this day, he thinks that I'm being, you know, horrible, like he was a horrible dad, and it's not true. It's just that, you know, you have to let your kids speak their minds, because obviously, you know, like, they're gonna grow up to be insecure. And even in class, my teacher was all like, would ask a question and no one would want to raise their hand, like, no one. Everybody was just like, and then she's like, she's like, what's wrong with you guys? Like, you know, you can speak your mind. That's the problem with America. Like, no one wants to speak their minds. No one wants to say anything. No one wants to, like, you know, like, say their opinion or participate. Like, no one wants to do that. And it's true. Like, after I had that teacher, she changed, like, the way I was thinking. And this was in college. Like, I'm not kidding. This is a year ago. And I seriously didn't speak in class, because there's some teachers that don't like you to speak in class sometimes. Like, I have teachers where you're raising your hand, you wait patiently, and you just have a question, and they purposely ignore you. I have teachers like that seriously don't care. Like, they just want to get on with the lesson and whatnot, and if you even challenge them, they get a little bit offended. Like, I had teachers like that, where they wanted to state their opinion and stuff, and they wanted you to participate, but as soon as you participated, they would be like, no, or that's wrong, or they would get mad. And I'm just like, what is the point anymore? What is the point of me sitting here paying money if I can't state my opinion? Like, I have my own opinion, I have my own thoughts. I really like teachers who take the time and be like, hey, so what do you guys think? What do you think? And they don't act offended. And that was an entire rant. I know, and I could seriously spend like a whole 30 minutes just talking about myself. But seriously, like, these are things that are real and they need to change. And I'm just a firm believer that the school system needs a lot of work, and everybody knows that. Especially here, because everybody's just like so freaking afraid to say stuff. And teachers are, you know, the curriculum is not working. Like, I've read plenty of articles. You know, I look at my research, so I look up stuff, and they always say that the curriculum right now is like not working out. Like, the way that school is now is not the way that it should be. It seriously needs to change. It needs to be different. It needs to allow kids to feel more intelligent. Like, just because they don't choose the E answer or like the right answer, they think that they're dumb. They think that they're not good enough. And I have little cousins that they get C's and they're smart. Like I meet them and I interact with them, and my cousin Adrian, for example, like the one I showed you guys if you saw my vlog, he was like my little cousin. I was like basically raised with him, and I like held him since he was a baby, you know, we got close. And he's like a very smart kid, just like really smart and very outgoing and sweet and kind of a troublemaker, but like sweet at the same time. He's sensitive, you know. He's very, very intellectual, but he doesn't always do well in school as good as his sister. His sister is more disciplined, you know, and he just like gets insecure because he thinks that he's just like bad and that he's not doing well, and I just feel bad, you know. I read this thing in Skins in this episode and I will never forget it. It seriously, the guy was like, when I was a kid, I never liked the drawing that, you know, where they had the dots and you had to do a house, because I always wanted to paint the house by myself. Like I always wanted to go out of the lines. And I would tell them that, and I was like, I took him aside and I told him, hey, like, and I told him the same thing I just said right now, like, you know, it's okay to go outside the lines. You don't always have to go between the dots. You don't always have to stick to what people think or what people tell you to think. You have to do things on your own that you want to do. You have to be opinionated. You have to be hard-headed, and you have to be stubborn and determined, because people are going to knock you down, and there's going to be people out there that are going to treat you badly. If anybody that's in school or middle school, especially kids, like if you have somebody